Hi, and welcome to This Week in the Villages. I have a return guest. Rhonda Hennessy is my lender guy. And by the way, Rhonda isn't a guy. But last time she was here, we discussed a whole lot about financing. And we have some questions for Rhonda today. Her and I have worked together on two or three deals where we've done what's called a 2-1 buy down. So with the interest rates where they are, I thought I'd bring Rhonda back and let's let her explain the 2-1 buy down, use an example, and we'll go from there. So Rhonda, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Dick, for having me back. I really appreciate it. The 2-1 buy down program that all lenders are offering right now is a great program because, like you said, the interest rates are so high. What it is for the first 12 payments that your buyer will make, the interest rate is 2% lower. The next 12 payments will be 1% lower. Based on a 6.75 interest rate scenario, the first 12 payments is actually going to be 4.75. The next 12 payments are going to be 5.75. So what I did was a little scenario. I based it on a $450,000 purchase, 20% down. And again, you don't have to do 20% down. This is just a hypothetical scenario. Your loan amount is going to be 360. Going with a 6.75 interest rate for those first 12 payments, like I said, it's going to be a 4.75. Your P&I would be 2334.95 without the 2-1 buy down. So the subsidized payment is going to be 1,877.93. So it's going to save your buyers $457.02 a month for the first year. Then you go into your second year, your interest rate bumps up 1% more, so it's going to be 5.75. So again, at your regular rate at 6.75, it's going to be 2,334.95. However, it's going to be reduced to 2,186, which again is a savings of 234.09. So if you take the 2 years combined, your savings is going to be $8,293.32 over 2 years. The great thing about this is you're not locked in, meaning you don't have to wait the 2 years because you're doing a 2-1 buy down. Again, hypothetically speaking, next year our interest rates come down and you say, hey, I want to refinance. You can refinance. You're not locked into the 2 years. Now, a question everybody asks me is, who pays for the 2-1 buy down? You're buying a primary or a second home, we can ask the seller to pay for these. And a lot of people also ask me, is this a seller's concessions? Yes, it is. This is used for your 2-1 buy down. There are maximums that you can ask for. Not to confuse anybody, every loan has a maximum that you can get in a seller's concession. You put down 10%, you can get if you put down 5%, you can get 3% from the seller to use towards your 2-1 buy down. The max is 3%. And there's a lot more to those, which maybe, Dick, we should go into seller's concessions later on down the road, maybe do one of these and we can break that out.
If I
Now,
can, Rhonda, hold on a second.
yeah,
The one thing about the 2-1 buy down, historically, what we've done is we have gotten the seller to make that concession.
yes,
And the difference is you as a buyer, you cannot deduct that money. In this case, we would ask the seller for an $8,293 buy down. All right.
correct.
And again, that money goes into an escrow account held by the lender.
That's
And like
correct.
Rhonda said, there's no penalty for change with early payoff or anything. So what happens is, let's say after 6 months, something happens, you want to pay it off. The remaining of that $8,293 goes directly against the principal. So again, now if you're negotiating, which we've done 3 times now recently, where somebody really wants to sell their house, So again, we put that in the offer, which includes the language, seller will pay for 2-1 buy down. In this case, on a $450,000 house, $8,293.32. An addendum is drawn up and is presented to the seller along with the offer. Sorry,
That,
Rhonda, I just wanted to kind of get
that
some
is absolutely
realtor things
correct.
in here. So go
That
ahead.
is that is absolutely correct. Now, a lot of people always ask me, which loan programs can we use the 2-1 buy down on? You could do it on conventional, you could do it on FHA, and you can do it on VA. Now, if you are self-employed and your taxes don't show that much income, and maybe you want to go with a bank statement program, I can do a bank statement program. Also, if you have a buyer or if you are a buyer that you have a lot of assets and want to go with what's called an asset depletion program, we can also offer the 2-1 buy down on that.
So Rhonda, this is good for both primary and secondary slash vacation homes.
That is absolutely correct.
Hmm.
Absolutely. You cannot use this on an investment program.
Okay, so an investor wouldn't want to be able to be claiming that he's going to use it for a rental. Rather, he would use it as a second vacation home.
That's correct.
Okay, all right, all right. What have we missed? Because I wanted this explained in detail so that everybody understands what 2-1, because right now, one of the big pushbacks is 6.75.
That's it.
And, when the interest rates are up, housing prices are down. And I talk about the V. One side is housing prices, the other side is interest rates. So where's the V? Where does it actually hit? I don't know. I think we're getting closer, if we're not already there. So again, this gives you the opportunity maybe to save money on buying a home, because if it was right now, go back to COVID, right, Rhonda? When it was
Hmm.
299, I was writing offers for 40, 50,000 over asking price. And
Correct.
today it's rare that we're writing an offer for asking price. So again, this could be a prime time to jump on something and not wait, which would be to your advantage.
I'm speaking to a lot of people that are waiting because they're hoping that the interest rates goes down. And what they're finding, I'm pre-approving them, but they want to wait. So what they're finding now is they're trying to wait and they're losing the properties that they like because
Hmm.
somebody else is coming in behind them. And this program could definitely sway people that are on the fence saying, you know what, we're going to keep waiting. We're going to keep waiting. So now they don't have to. One thing I do want to explain too with this program, even though it's a 2-1 buy down, we're saying that it's going to be 4.75 the first 12 payments, 5.75 the next 12 payments. If they don't refinance after 24 months, starting their 25th payment, they're going to go to the 6.75. So when I do my pre-approval, I have to make sure that they qualify for that 6.75, even
Yeah,
because that is going to be their final.
yeah, because it's not an adjustable rate mortgage per se, where it's based on other factors. It's locked at the max of 475,
Yes,
6.75. It's locked.
6.75.
It's locked in there. So you don't have
Right.
to worry about going to 8 or 9 or 10, because it's locked at 675.
That's correct.
Okay. Anything else, Rhonda, that these folks would really need to know other than to call you and me?
I think if anybody has any questions, to reach out to you, to reach out to me, to post something on the Facebook page. We both look at the Facebook page. You can call one of us, email one of us. We're both always available. This is a great program to get into now. And like I said, you're not locked in. Your rate is locked in, but you're not locked in because you're doing a 2-1 buy down. Anybody
Mhm.
can refinance anytime after 6 months.
And, with the days on the market extending here in the villages, you know, one of the deals recently was the fact that it was on the market for 150 plus days. and they really wanted to sell it. We weren't taking advantage of them at all. It was just like, okay, here you want that price. This is what my buyer wants, and that was a 2-1 buy down. And they jumped at it because again, they were able to write it off because it was a tax deduction for cost of sale of the property, and
Mhm.
buyers can't do that. So, okay. So you good, Rhonda?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. And I'm thinking about another subject that we should talk about. I'll speak with you soon about it. You and I have done 3 of those. I think you know what I'm talking about. Don't use that word yet, but you know what I'm talking about. The 3 deals we've done recently, which are kind of different than this one completely. Agree?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, any questions? I'll put some of this information in the article. She shared it with me, and you'll be able to see her scenario and a few questions and answers. Anything
If
you need to know?
anybody wants us to run a scenario, don't hesitate to reach out. I have a
Okay.
program, I can input the information and I can get them, what the 2-1 buy down would save them. That's important to the buyers is the savings.
It is, definitely. Okay. Until next time, thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you,
And
Dick.
to you all, this will be posted and you'll be able to use it for reference. In the meantime, everybody have a great day. Bye now.
Bye-bye.